How's it feel to drive a stock car flat out?
Since the beginning, our sport has been nothing short of electric. From the sand to the dirt, asphalt to concrete.
He's running flat out.
Power, speed, innovation. The holy trinity of NASCAR.
The boys really poured on.
Wheel to wheel for the lead.
Innovation is our DNA.
The tension builds.
Where others see limits, we see potential.
The speed mounts.
Igniting big ideas that move us forward, propelling us towards possible.
Drivers go all out. Down to the checkered flag.
Ours is a process in the present, with an eye on tomorrow, turning imagination into reality today.
There is no backing off. No speed limit.
Level down.
Make it count.
Power in an instant. Electric. Sustainable. Fast.
Something you would need it.
On the cutting edge of technology, possible is where we live.
So NASCAR unveiled their new EV prototype today at the Chicago Street Course before the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. And first off, before we say anything, this is not for a new series. This is not going to replace the Cup car, Xfinity, truck, ARCA, any of that. I need to say it now because people did not listen to that part or read any of the articles that NASCAR put out about it. They just saw electric and kind of recoiled. And I don't blame you. I personally, I will say straight off the bat as well, do not like electric. It's just not my cup of tea. But this is big for NASCAR and we need to talk about it. And there's some big things, pro and con, that we'll talk about as well. There's been a huge backing of support on social media and just in general for EVs being in NASCAR, but I think there's been an equally, if not bigger, backlash to it. So, what are the pros when it comes to EVs into NASCAR? Well, number one is more money. Business leaders, political leaders, different bureaucrats, and more are pushing for electric for one reason or another. And the main reason we can all understand is all of them want to make money. Let's be completely honest, all of this is being done for money. They don't care about any social causes or anything like that. And with that, you have Dana White, for instance, who seems to be the leading force in bringing electric to NASCAR. He came out and talked about it on a podcast about 3 weeks ago or so, maybe a month ago at this point, about starting an electric series in NASCAR and that they would be doing it.
Nitro Circus,
Yeah.
and we own Travis Pastrana's Nitrocross, which is electric car racing. We're actually, after 4th of July, I do 4th of July at my house in Maine. I'm flying to NASCAR, and we're doing a deal with NASCAR.
Oh, nice.
We're going to be the electric series for NASCAR.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We're
cool.
working on that deal right now.
After all, he does have experience when it comes to different motorsports and promotion in general, and he would bring a lot of money and different investors and business leaders into NASCAR from this. And maybe with that, new teams or the next pro, new OEMs. If NASCAR brings an electric car to any series or even its own maybe stadium series, it's going to bring new OEMs. Dodge back in 2022 looked very interested in NASCAR because it looked like NASCAR was close with their electric car. Ultimately, that didn't happen, and the Dodge deal disintegrated. But there was real steam behind it, and it wasn't just people starting rumors for no reason. And I'm betting that Honda would be in the same boat, as well as others that we're not thinking of. This is going to be big for NASCAR when it comes to having other eyes, money, pockets, and all of it drawn into the sport. So we can't dismiss this. And horsepower. Based on the projections that NASCAR has, this would be about 1,300 horsepower, or pretty much double what we have now, as well as about 400 more horsepower than a NASCAR Cup car has ever produced. This would be the highest powered NASCAR engine ever if it were to race in competition in the near future. That's something that fans really have been pushing for. And marketing-wise, this is what NASCAR needs to push. If you're going to win fans one way or another, it has to be with the racing product, not with the business side of it. Trust me, I think a lot of people have learned that over the last couple years with the next gen. Now, what about cons? I think that there are a few cons that need to be looked at, as a lot of people might want to gloss over these. They are important for fans. First off is noise or lack thereof. David Reagan mentioned this, that the lack of engine noise compared to a normal next gen, which it raced a lot like, is the big difference for him when it came to this electric car. This, I think, is huge for fans. Fans love different pieces of the atmosphere at NASCAR races, both on TV as well as in person. One of these is great racing, another one of these is just a fun party atmosphere, and another one of these is the engine noise. We love how damn loud NASCAR is. It's just a part of the culture. And if you're not going to address this long term, you're going to have real problems if you try and implement this into one of the top 3 or even 4 series, or even regional series at that. You need to sell it to the general public, and that's a big con right now because this is not popular with the general public. You can say, oh, we're putting the stock back in stock car, but let's be honest, that's been BS for 50 years. Stock car racing is anything but at the highest level, and we just need to accept that these are custom-made race cars, not meant to really be all that much similar outside of glossing a car up to look like a street car. And electric, like I said, it's just not popular. I personally am not a fan of the design. I know a lot of people are, but that's another thing. If people are on my side with this and think that it's an ugly design, similar to the COT from 2007 to early 2010, well, you're going to have problems. That was one of the big hurting points with the COT, which actually in hindsight didn't race all that bad. And with that too, you need to make it feel like NASCAR. You have to sell it to NASCAR fans before you can expect new fans to come in and watch it. NASCAR fans are going to be the most likely to watch NASCAR. I know, shocking. So I think that there are good arguments on both sides of this. I know that this is a very small bit of an announcement to have an open discourse with, but it needs to be done. And I want to ask you, what do you think of NASCAR's new EV? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you wait and see? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more great and fun NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for continued support. And until next time, have a good one.